Last week, we studied how to calm our central nervous system after stress, trauma, and adversity using scientifically proven research, approaches, and modalities. This week, we'll explore how to do so using forest medicine or nature therapy. Research done in the field of psychoneuroimmunology has long confirmed the interconnectedness between neuroscience and immunity. We know stress impacts our health over the course of our lifetime. We also know how to use brain plasticity to effectively modulate and repair our health and body. In other words, we know how to use our brain to repair and restore our body. And we know the opposite is also true, in that we can have a significant impact on immune functions, mental and physical health, by working directly from physiological intelligence, in other words, from the body itself. This is what we covered in last week's video with biofeedback, hypnotherapy, grounding practices, nutrition, and mineral support. Keep in mind that your brain and body are genetically programmed and engineered to repair and restore themselves constantly. All we have to do truly is go with the flow, and that's precisely what we tend not to do. So after swimming against the current for most of our journey, we eventually have to do damage control. Medical research conducted in Germany in the 1800s proved the success of what is then called forest cure in tuberculosis treatments. German physicians Dr. Detweiler and Brömer set up sanitariums in Germany's pine forests, while American physician Dr. Trudeau did the same in the Adirondack forests of New York. All reported the benefits of the forest air. Contrary to expectations, the results seemed to be magnified when the forest air trapped moisture. A speculation began among the physicians of the time that pine trees secreted what they called a healing balm into the air, which helped patients recover from deadly conditions. Today, we'll explore the scientific reasons for this cure, the relationship between forest and immunology, or in other words, nature and medicine, and we'll review simple steps you can take to do this yourself wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I'm Genvièv, forensic and clinical hypnotherapist, board-certified instructor with the NGH, and emergency medicine first responder with the Wilderness Medicine Institute. I spent my life researching brain plasticity and brain rewiring in response to trauma, abuse, stress, and adversity to survive and thrive and develop formulas for success and wellness. In 1982, Japanese researchers began to use the term Shinrin-yoku to refer to what they called forest medicine or forest bathing, the practice of exposing ourselves to nature and particularly trees. Since then, the Japanese government has invested millions in research and facilitation, developing therapeutic forest trails where forests have the sufficient density and trails of sufficient length to provide the full medical benefits. Research has now established a strong body of evidence demonstrating that a walk in the woods can help prevent cancer, fight obesity, and reduce blood pressure, heart rate, stress, depression, and anxiety, while boosting your immune system, vigor, cognitive functions, awareness, concentration, mood, memory, and productivity. The concept is to bathe in forest atmosphere by allowing nature to permeate all of our senses. Dr. Lee, who is president of the Japanese Society of Forest Medicine, points out that our olfactory sense, activated by breathing, is an essential component since deeply inhaling forest air chemically changes our biology. Medical research has shown that the natural chemicals released by trees and plants to protect themselves from insects, bacteria, and viruses, known as phytoncides or phytoncides, significantly increases our body's natural killer cells. NK cells are the police cells within our body. Our frontline defenders, they're in charge of identifying, neutralizing, and destroying predators such as cancer cells and virally infected cells. an essential component of our immune system. They play a major role in the host rejections of tumors and viruses. They are our immune system's first line of defense against disease. Medical studies show that high NK cell levels lower incidences of cancer and disease, while low NK cell activity increases cases of cancer and disease. The scientific research conducted in the last decade proved that a 2-hour walk in the woods produces a 50% increase in natural killer cell levels, dramatically improving the chemical and hormonal foundations of our health, and significantly increases the development of anti-cancer proteins within our body. In other words, dramatically boosting our immune system functions to better fight disease. And this is why it is now called forest medicine. The effect is shown to last for 30 days. This means that even a once-a-month forest hike has significant boosting effects on your immunity, health, and wellness. A simple 50-minute walk alone in a forest is shown to improve short-term memory by 20%, the very part of the memory that is damaged by trauma and stress, produce significant improvements in mood and cognition, even in cases of depression, and significantly improve sleep quality, concentration, awareness, as well as mental performance, productivity, and creativity. In terms of performance and creativity, one study found that participants performed 50% better on creative problem-solving tasks after 3 days of wilderness backpacking. Researchers conclude this occurs when we are immersed in nature. So the moral of the story is this: if you want to live better, work smarter, and accomplish more, consider forest bathing. For those of you interested in fitness along with health, note that forest therapy also increases serum adiponectin levels. This is the hormone produced by the adipose tissues that helps combat metabolic disorders like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Adiponectin increases our metabolism, allowing us to have higher energy and become fitter overall. This is a simple practice with impressive results. The effects on your health are immediate and dramatic. Blood pressure drops, stress levels and hormones decrease, concentration and mental clarity increase, metabolism and energy improve, and the specific cells your body produces to prevent and combat cancer and disease instantly flourish and increase. The second component we come in contact with in natural environment is the rich quality of negative ions. Negative ions are abundant in nature, especially mountains and forests, and along waterfalls or on the ocean surf, at the beach, after storms. They're generated in large quantities as air molecules break apart from moving water like rain showers, storms, rivers, and waves. As they reach your bloodstream, negative ions produce biochemical reactions that increases levels of the mood-enhancing chemical serotonin, alleviating depression, relieving stress, and boosting your energy, alertness, and mood. They also clear the air of allergens affecting us negatively, such as pollen, mold spores, bacteria, and viruses, therefore enhancing your health by neutralizing free radicals, revitalizing cell metabolism, enhancing immune functions, purifying the blood, balancing the autonomic nervous system, promoting deeper sleep and better digestion. At the level of the autonomic nervous system, which we discussed in last week's video, forest therapy allows us to facilitate the shift between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous activity, thereby helping calm our central nervous system. A 20-minute forest walk alone will produce significant decreases in adrenaline, cortisol, sympathetic nerve activity, blood pressure, and heart rate, thereby dramatically mitigating the root cause of a multitude of ailments, stress, which plays a central role in headaches, blood pressure elevated, heart problems, diabetes, skin condition, asthma, arthritis, and many other health complications. On an energetical level, reconnecting with nature, with the earth, allows us to reconnect with the energy of the planet, life. And since everything is energy, it makes complete sense that we can ground and replenish our life force, restore our health by returning to the roots of what is, after all, our cradle of life, nature. The energetical force of the planet itself, which is constantly regenerating. We're basically returning to our roots, spending more time in the environment we originated from. This goes back to the ancient medicinal practices we discussed in previous episodes, such as shamanism, Ayurvedic medicine, and spiritual practices like Buddhism and Hinduism, which remind us that we're not simply a brain or a body. We are life energy, circulating within us and with everything around us. So your formula for most benefit from forest medicine: part physical activity, part forest therapy. The idea is to stimulate all of your senses, immersing yourself fully while moving your body in the woods. In order to do this, you must breathe and open all of your senses while you wander and heal. Olfactory sense, breathing in, deeply inhaling the sense of nature. Our sense and emotions are closely interlinked, as our olfactory system is directly connected to our limbic system, which is the seat of our emotions. Visual sense, seeing, observing, noticing, contemplating sights and colors, shades and reflections. Auditory sense, tuning into the songs of birds, the sounds of nature, waters, leaves, rivers. Touch or tactile sense, immersing your awareness in the touch of the moss, the bark, the water. Taste, allowing a drop of rain maybe to fall onto your tongue. Now, do not eat plant while in the wilderness. As a medicine first responder, I'm here to tell you this is not a good idea. Vestibular sense or proprioception, perception and awareness of our body position and motion, movement and balance. And lastly, interoception, tuning into the perception of what is happening inside our body as we evolve through our environment. This is a key perception, by the way, to develop in our quest to improve our health and wellness. Hence, forest bathing or forest showering, allowing yourself to be bathed in the forest atmosphere. And no, this doesn't require taking off your clothing and rolling around naked in the moss, which, depending on where you live, could get you arrested. You will find most benefit with dense forests and extensive forested areas. Cypress trees, pine, evergreen trees that are known to release the most potent concentrations of phytoncides. Negative ions rich in forests and mountains around waterfalls and rushing waters. Deep breathing techniques will allow most oxygenation and integration. Moving your body with gentle, peaceful movements. Remember, we're aiming to restore and regenerate, and focusing on being present. No cell phones, cameras, or electronic devices, leaving your goals, agendas, and lists behind. Simply allowing yourself to wander, pause, observe, and contemplate. In silence, preferably. Noticing the sensations within and without, internally and externally. Noticing maybe if you're being pulled in a certain direction, being quiet and still when you sit or pause. Meditation and reading are also excellent techniques to practice while in mountains and forests. And things you can do in your home environment include fountains and waterfalls, which will produce negative ions, essential oil diffusers with cypress, spruce, or pine that will generate some levels of phytoncides or phytoncides. It is wonderful to add these to your lifestyle while indoors, but keep in mind that nothing will replicate the full benefit of true forest atmosphere, simply because it is too rich, complex, and majestic to be reproduced artificially. There you go, everyone. As you wander, heal, and breathe in forest medicine, remember that everything you see, sense, feel, and experience is energy. And so are you. You are life energy yourself. And as life, you too can repair, restore, replenish, and regenerate. The answers are always within. And it truly is all about the journey. So as I go on my forest medicine trail, I leave you with this information to rest and digest. As always, do subscribe, like, share, and comment to become a live community of this wonderful group we are creating here on this channel as we stand stronger when we stand together. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, and see you next week.